The amount of free sugar or added sugar someone should consume in one day should be no more than 25 grams in a single day, which is about that. Now, the average American consumes about 75 grams of free sugar or added sugar per day, which is almost half of a cup, basically that. But despite knowing this, most people can't overcome their sugar addiction. But if someone is determined, it's certainly possible. The very first step to quitting sugar is awareness. In order to determine success, you first have to be aware of two things. One is that people should eat less than 25 grams of added sugar or free sugar per day. And two is that 75% of the foods in grocery stores contain some form of added sugar in some kind of hidden or not so hidden form. For example, just about every condiment and cereal has added sugar in it. So you have to look out for the hidden sugars that are listed under various names on the ingredients label. Things like high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, or maltose, and about 250 others. Food companies do a fantastic job of coming up with these clever names for sugar, like pineapple extract. So if you're able to know for sure that you're eating less than 25 grams of free sugar per day, you know that you have successfully quit sugar. Step number 2 is recognizing that you have a sugar addiction and understanding the negative impacts of excessive sugar consumption on your health. Something I talk about in many of my videos, including this one right here. Now, step number 3 is to never quit sugar cold turkey. Can it be done? Yes, but for most people, it ends up backfiring because the withdrawal symptoms are so strong that they end up binging on even more sugar than they would normally eat. So to quit sugar, you want to gradually reduce sugar intake in order to avoid suffering severe withdrawal symptoms. Now start by cutting back on added sugars in your diet, especially sugar that comes in the liquid form. So things like soda, juice, and coffee that contains syrup or other sugar that's added. Liquid sugar is the worst because it's highly concentrated and it's rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream, and this causes the pancreas to release massive amounts of insulin. Liquid sugar is the fastest way to develop insulin resistance. So after cutting out the liquid sugar, you can then move on to the next step, which is satisfying your sweet tooth with healthier alternatives, meaning whole fruit. For example, this means eating an apple and not a processed apple like applesauce or apple juice. The more that the apple is processed, the more fiber that is taken out of it, which means sugar is absorbed faster, causing a bigger insulin spike. Step number 5 is managing the cravings. When sugar cravings strike, try to distract yourself with some kind of engaging activity. So when we're sitting down, or when we're bored or anxious or stressed, or when we're tired, our sugar cravings, they go up. So doing all the other stuff that is healthy for you ends up helping to reduce your cravings. So this means getting good sleep, exercising, stress reduction, drinking plenty of water, and eating regular healthy meals that include vegetables and so forth. Sugar cravings start in the hypothalamus part of your brain. Now there's different hormones that affect the sugar cravings in the hypothalamus. This includes things like leptin, insulin, ghrelin, and GLP-1, glucagon-like peptide 1. When you live a healthy lifestyle, the hypothalamus gradually decreases these cravings. In fact, that's why these new GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, they actually eliminate or at least reduce cravings in the brain. And that's why they cause people to lose weight and lower their insulin levels. We're seeing people who take these drugs have less sugar cravings, even less of a desire to drink alcohol, which, by the way, alcohol is another reason why people gain weight, as the ethanol molecule is very similar to the fructose molecule, and they both cause many of the same health effects, including damage to the liver. Regardless, most people are not able to quit sugar, but it can be done. Now, based on what I've seen, by far the easiest way to do it, if we're being honest here, is with these new GLP-1 agonist drugs. It's the reason why it improves type 2 diabetes, it improves obesity, and other diseases that stem from insulin resistance, such as fatty liver disease. It's because people, they end up eating less sugar when they're on these drugs. Just remember to be patient and persistent, because overcoming sugar addiction, it does take some time and there might be setbacks along the way. Our taste buds, they have a natural turnover rate, meaning the cells within them are constantly being replaced. Now, on average, it takes a couple weeks for our taste buds to adjust. Once you're able to hit that 2 to 3 week mark of reducing the sugar, you're much more likely to have significantly decreased cravings. And if you want to learn more about why people can't quit sugar, I'm actually making a video on that, which is probably right here by the time that you're watching this.